Hey guys, how's it going? So it seems lately a lot of you guys want to talk about ammo and where to find it, how much does it cost, and what type of ammo I'm using. So if you want to see my live stream that I had a lot of fun doing just the other day, the link's going to be down in the description. And that's where I'm talking about why I believe there's an ammo shortage and what we could expect in the future. But today, we're just going to hang out for a little bit and I'm going to talk to you guys and show you the top 10 types of ammo that I'm using nowadays. Now, I've used more types of ammo over the years than I can count, and I use other types right now too, but these have been kind of my go-tos, and I'm going to explain, what I think of them, and maybe it'll help answer some of your questions if you guys are looking for ammo. And just for fun, since we're just kind of chilling out and hanging out here today, I'm going to show you guys some of the guns I've been shooting lately, and just because it's fun, right? So, whether I'm out at the range or making videos or just shooting for fun, I'm shooting quite a bit of 9mm. There's tons of pistols chambered in it, and that would include this Romanian Pac 9 pistol. Now this is a AK style pistol. I've done videos on this before, and this is a great little gun, and I've shot a wide variety of ammo out of this pistol. Now I also, as you guys know, have really been liking to shoot my Taurus G3C lately, so this is one of the 9s that I've been shooting quite a bit. Totally loving it, by the way. How about my Stoeger STR9? I've done a couple videos on this. I'm definitely planning on doing more follow-ups in the future, and overall, also very impressed with this little gun. This Stoeger STR9 is pretty cool, actually. I'm really liking it a lot. Or how about the Zagana PX9, the SDS imports? Follow-up review on this coming very soon, but I'll tell you what, guys, just a little teaser. I shot it and it did great. How can I forget? The Taurus pistol that started it all for me on this channel. My original Taurus G2C. Still like shooting this gun. It's done great on every type of ammo I'm going to show you here, and many other types. And just for fun, I thought I'd bring out this P08 German Luger. This is a 1915 dated DWM, so just to change it up a little bit, a nice pistol that's over 100 years old and still shootable and range ready right now. Alright, let's take a look at the ammo, and I'm going to kind of do it in order, but a couple of them are, you could mix up a little bit, but whatever. Let's make it a top 10 just to make it fun. So, number 10 would be this Aguila 115 grain plus P. Now, I bought this for an affordable price. I'm not going to give prices right now, guys, just because it's different every minute wherever you go. But I bought this, a few months ago before all the craziness happened. And here's what I like about this ammo. It's a full metal jacket. And it's for me testing plus P. A lot of these pistols are plus P rated. This is much more affordable than a home defense round. You can just see right here, brass cased. Full metal jacket, and it is labeled Aguila 9mm plus P. So this is an affordable way to shoot some plus P. Maybe it's a gun that has a pretty robust, high poundage spring that needs higher pressure ammo, or just to see, like, when you guys want to know, hey, the Taurus G2C is rated for plus P. How does it work? So this Aguila 115 grain has been good stuff for me, and this box is about half full. And I've been shooting this in quite a bit of my videos that I do, and also just behind the scenes shooting when I'm giving you guys feedback information. So I'm going to say number 10 just because it's plus P, so I don't shoot a ton of it, but I do really like it. Another one. This is the Remington Arms Company Military and Law Enforcement Division training ammo. From what I understand, this was from a government overrun contract, and I bought this stuff a few months back because it was really cheap, like less than $8 a box. And yeah, just pretty standard fare, brass cased ammo, brass case, full metal jacket, boxer prime, fully reloadable, and it's not like the crazy best ammo ever, but I've not had any problems with it. Just kind of par for the course for a nice little, plinking ammo. So this Remington military law enforcement training ammo, just nice, like I said, good old-fashioned brass plinking ammo that I've been having fun shooting. Here's another one. I just got some of this stuff about a couple months ago now. Time flies, maybe 3 months ago. This is the Cellular Ambala. This is a 9mm, 124 grain. And this is made in the Czech Republic. And again, decent ammo. I'll let you guys take a look at this. Seller Ambala, you know, usually makes pretty good ammo. They've been around a long time and offer different offerings. Definitely an ammo I'd recommend for plinking. And that's what that looks like. FMJ, very shiny brass case. Says S&B, 9x19. Alright, now this one's kind of interesting, but I like to take it out and shoot it just to mix stuff up. And this is the Federal Syntac TSJ. Okay, range ammunition. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but they have several colors of it and different grain weights, but this is the 115 grain TSJ synthetic jacket, and it's a brass case, boxer primed, but instead of having a metallic jacket, it has a synthetic type coating on it. And this stuff's actually pretty cool. It provides quite a bit of lubricity. You don't have to worry as much about steel targets, you know, fragments coming back if you're shooting close range at steel. I shoot a lot of steel up close, so that's one of the main benefits for this. Still, you know, be safe whenever you're shooting steel, but that's one of the main things people like this Federal Syntac for. And this stuff's an affordable price. Just regular range ammo, really, but with a special jacket on it makes it kind of cool. And I've had good luck with this stuff so far out of quite a few pistols. I just showed you guys a few for fun. If you guys been watching the channel, you know the pistols I shoot are definitely not limited to what I just showed you. Alright. The next one. This is something I got introduced to, probably late 2019, early 2020. This hasn't been on the American market terribly long, but this came into the country at around $8, $8.50 a box. I bought some of it then, and this is 124 grain, full metal jacket. This is the Scorpio STV technology, 124 grain. I've actually shot this in a decent amount of videos you've already seen, and more videos that I've recorded that are going to be coming out to you guys soon. Head stamped STV 9mm Luger, boxer primed, reloadable. It's okay ammo. It's just fine. It's definitely not a NATO spec. I can tell you right now, it doesn't have the power of a NATO or a Plus P, which I'm going to show you in just a second here, but it's just good standard plinking ammo. And I think I'm going to be shooting a decent amount more of this because my local gun shop actually had a whole pallet of this up until a few weeks ago, and I was lucky enough to be able to buy a couple cases. So in addition to what I had bought before, I had shot quite a bit of that. I re-upped a couple cases, so I got 2,000 more rounds of this. So you'll probably see more of this on the channel in the future because ammo's, guys, I can't get ammo either right now. Luckily, I had bought quite a bit, and I'm always kind of thinking ahead, especially planning for the channel, but yeah, we're going to be shooting this because this is what I was able to get most recently, and I think a lot of you guys have got this in the last few months and might be wondering about it. I think it's decent ammo. Don't confuse it with Plus P though, but I've been shooting quite a bit of it with definitely more to come. Alright, the next two. It might be a little controversial for some of you guys, but hey, like I always say, do what you want, guys. If you think steel cased ammo is going to break your gun, then don't use it. I like to use steel cased ammo in many of my guns. Not all of them, but many and most of them function just fine. So, the Tula ammo, 115 grain. This is a steel case. Now, in the case with these next two, these are Russian offerings. These are going to be bird and primed. There's a special weird way, if you're really geeky, you can do it. But for general purposes, it's non-reloadable. You can see it has a steel case and a bimetal jacket that does indeed attract a magnet to the jacket, okay, as well as the case. Now, this is steel case, keep in mind, right? The rate it expands and contracts is different than brass, and in some cases it may get stuck in a really tight chamber. It may also appear to be dirtier. The ammo isn't necessarily too dirty, but what happens is a steel case doesn't expand as rapidly as brass, right? And has a different retraction rate. So I think mostly why people attribute this to being so dirty is it lets a little more of the combustion soot, powder, etc. come back into the chamber and into the action of the gun. Now, the powder might be a little dirtier, but I think a lot more of it has to do with the steel case itself rather than the powder they use. Is this stuff weak? Well, in my opinion, no. I've actually had guns with stiff springs that won't function very well on cheap brass cased ammo, but actually function fine on the steel. Now, these are very similar to each other. The tool is fine. I've used it a lot. For some reason, I like the Wolf just a little bit better. I don't know if it's just the cool Wolf on the box, because I do admit the box looks pretty cool, right? Or it seems like maybe the Wolf might just have a little more power to it and just a little more consistent. Now, these are both cheap ammo, considered low grade range ammo. I get it. And they're steel case. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and I'm not going to ever tell you guys what to do. I'm just telling you what I do because people ask. This is steel. There's parts on your gun called your extractor, your chamber, your ejector. These are all steel too, but keep in mind, this is a very, very mild steel, okay? This is annealed to be very soft, and in some cases, there's brass that's actually harder than the mild steel that you find on this. Just saying, guys. Same thing as this bimetal projectile. This is a mixture of steel and some other alloys. Now, with a rifle, something that's going at higher speed, you could make the argument that it could wear out the lands and grooves a little faster in your barrel because there's something a little harder squished up against them as the bullet swages down the barrel. And there's an argument to be made. I always say, though, that I've saved enough money for the average gun I shoot to either buy a new barrel and still have some to spare, or in many cases a whole new gun. In some cases 2 or 3 guns. If you're talking budget pistols like, you know, the Taurus G2C that after rebate I spent $155 for. Now, on a pistol, no doubt, even with 9mm, it's going to wear your barrel out a little bit quicker probably, okay, than most of your brass cased ammo that has the non-magnetic projectile. But with 9mm going so much slower than a rifle, different twist rates, etc., I don't really think that it's going to wear out a pistol barrel necessarily as fast as a rifle barrel. And even with my rifle barrels, especially if they're chrome lined, AKs, all I shoot is steel. I even shoot a lot of steel in ARs. But since we're talking about 9mm, I'll get back on topic here. I'm not too worried about it, guys. I'm just not. But if you are and you have any reservations, just don't do it. It's fine with me. But yeah, these are making it pretty close on the list. I mean, I'm talking number 4 and 5 here are the steel cased ammo, with probably me having a little more of the Wolf and a slight preference to the Wolf, but the tool has actually been pretty fine for me for these handgun rounds. So that's going to be the steel case. Now, the next one. This isn't one that I shoot as many rounds because it's really expensive, but it's still important because I carry 9mm and a couple of my different carry guns. And this is going to be the Federal HST. Now here I have the 147 grain. I've done videos about this in the past. I also like to shoot their 124 grain and 124 grain plus P. I just didn't happen to have any at the shop today. So this is going to be a brass case with a nickel plating. The nickel plating is going to make it very smooth for ease of extraction and things like that. And HST, in my opinion, is definitely in the upper echelons of defensive ammo. So you're going to find a nice polished brass nickel plated case. And you can see this is a rather large hollow point with rather large skives on the side. And this stuff does expand pretty well. I don't do ballistics on this channel, but people like my friend Alaskan Ballistics, who I'll definitely give a shout out to, does. And yeah, a lot of people are fans of the HST. I'm not saying it's the only good one out there, guys, but this is kind of my go-to. And since I carry it quite a bit, I definitely thought I would include this, because I do practice with the ammo that I'm carrying just to make sure I know where my point of aim is, what I would expect with the recoil, and most important, especially for you new gun owners out there, if you're new, by all means, train with, brass case stuff. The Wolf would be great, the Scorpio, all that, just to get used to it, practice, become comfortable 100%. When and if you decide it's time to carry, whether concealed, vehicle, home defense, I think it's really important that whatever defensive ammo you're going to use, buy a few extra rounds. I know it's expensive, I know it's tough, guys, but buy a few extra rounds more than what's going to fill up your mag or 2 mags. you've got to practice with this a little bit. First and foremost, to prove that your gun will feed it reliably. Because let's face it, those of you that have shot ammo for a long time are going to know what I'm saying here. This could be a great ammo, and it could feed great in 9 out of 10 of your guns. It could even feed great, let's just say, in your buddy's G2C. But maybe not yours. And you don't want that maybe to happen when imminent death or threat to great bodily harm of you or a loved one is on the line, right? So make sure your gun feeds your defensive ammo. Also, your point of aim, your felt recoil, your follow-up shots, all these different things are going to be different with this ammo than this, because there's quite a drastic difference, to be honest. So put my carry ammo up there. Even though I'm not shooting hundreds of rounds of it, I shoot enough of it just to remember what it's like, make sure the gun still likes it, etc. Alright, these next two are going to be a toss-up. I'm going to go number 2 and number 1. Let me turn them around so you guys can see them. Okay? Okay, I shoot more of this Federal, but the Winchester is probably my favorite ammo to take out to the range. And I think I have open boxes of it right here. So this Federal ammo, Walmart, talked about it in my longer video about the ammo shortage. They used to sell handgun ammo. No, they don't. I'm not going to get into it big time. But what I did is for years and years, every time I go grocery shopping at Walmart, going there to buy my oil, things like that, if I had a little bit of money, I'd buy a box. This is a 100 count box. These used to go for about $16.50 just less than a year ago for 100 rounds. And I'd buy one if I could. If I, was busy that week at work and made a little bit extra money, I'd try to buy 3, 4, or 5. Once in a while, I'd splurge and buy 10. And I just did that for years and was able to get a decent amount of this stuff built up. And I'm glad I did, because now I'm dipping into what I had built up for, doing my own shooting and then videos to share with you all. I've shot a ton of this stuff. Is it the best, most powerful ammo ever? No. But it works pretty darn good in almost all my guns. I would note, though, this Stoker. I did the follow-up review, the initial review. It didn't like this Federal for some reason, but it did like Wolf, and it did like NATO. But this has been pretty tried and true, and I have a ton of it just because Walmart. Now, I don't shop at Walmart anymore, and they don't sell handgun ammo. But you guys will still see this around. It's one of the most famous ammo there is. And I think a lot of you guys still have this from Walmart. I'm just going to say this is number 1, guys. The NATO Winchester Whitebox. This stuff is awesome. Feeds through any type of gun I have. Like, literally, I don't even know if I can think of a gun that doesn't like it. Especially these imports, Turkish PX9. This Stoker, which, if you've watched my videos, you know what I'm talking about. If not, just go back and browse the channel. Very, very stiff spring. This is a duty pistol. This is a foreign pistol. Many of these type duty foreign pistols are made for NATO ammo. And you can definitely notice with this 124 grain NATO, a little bit of extra punch. It's just a full metal jacket, okay? Boxer primed, reloadable brass, but basically NATO ammo made to the spec for NATO countries and their militaries is plus P. So this is higher pressure than your standard plinking rounds and just provides that extra punch, feeds reliably, feeds great. Many guns love it. Now, if you have an older pistol that's an antique and you probably don't want to shoot plus P through it, right? But if I have a gun that acts up on any type of ammo, I start running this Winchester Whitebox through it. And if it doesn't run this and it's having problems with other ammo, it's probably just a bad gun. And even though this costs a little more, not a lot more, than, let's say, this Federal brass, and it does cost significantly more than the steel, this is just a go-to. It's tried and true. I really, really love this stuff. So there's 100 other brands of ammo out there, guys, and I love a lot of them, and I'm probably familiar with a lot of them, but you guys may have your own favorites too. So just go down in the comments and share with me, share with you all. I really love to read your comments, and I just thought this would be fun to just talk about some of the ammo I shoot. Some of it you see in my videos, some of it's behind the scenes, because I don't show all of my shooting on camera, but I am able to come back and tell you guys, I'm up to several thousand rounds through this G2C, for example. And I might have showed 500 of them on camera, but I've gone through all these different types of ammo, and they all serve a purpose. And with me having a YouTube channel, I like to have a variety. But maybe you are looking at one of these 10 and just kind of wondering about it, and these are all types of ammo that I stand behind and that I would recommend to you, with the caveat that steel cased. I love it. I have no problem with it, guys. But really, seriously, don't have anyone peer pressure you. If you're worried about it, don't even worry about it. Don't use it, because you shouldn't be worrying about things like this. I'm not worried. To each his own, okay? But I shoot tons of this stuff too. Alright, well, I had a little fun. Some of these are already planned for future videos, but if you guys have a 9mm request, I might have a few more 9s in the shop here, or back in my other stockpile that I could get out. And let me know what you guys think. And if you think this video was fun at all, let me know. I can do a 223, 7.62 by 39, or maybe the next one can just be rifle cartridges. If that's what you guys are into, because I also shoot quite a few rifles and have a lot of experience with different types of ammo there. The time of filming this right now, guys, into July 2020, it's tough to get ammo, okay? Try to keep your head about yourself. You know what's best for you and your family. If you need it, do what you have to do. Try not to get ripped off. Try not to go too far in debt, but I understand you guys have priorities. Your loved ones are priceless. You guys are going to have to do what you have to do, so good luck getting ammo. I'll pass on any deals I'm able to find for you guys, and you might like that stream down in the description where I really talked about, in my opinion, why I think ammo is so scarce right now and what we should expect in the future. Alright, I had fun hanging out with you guys as always, and let me know what kind of ammo you guys like. Alright, thanks for watching, and have a good one.